Let's see HOCM. The full name of HOCM is Hypertrophic Obstructive Cardiomyopathy. The name hypertrophic origins from its characteristic finding septal wall hypertrophy. The term obstructive came from the finding obstruction of aortic orifice, and it is called cardiomyopathy because it is a disease of cardiac muscle. It is an autosomal dominant condition, and the problem is mutation of beta gene that present in chromosome 14. Because of this mutation of beta gene, this septal wall become hypertrophic and it is asymmetrical in nature. And because of this septal wall hypertrophy, which is asymmetrical, our aortic orifice becomes stenosed. So there will be subvalvular aortic stenosis. In this diagram, in the left hand side, we have a normal left ventricle, but in the right hand side we have HOCM, and as we can clearly see that in HOCM the left ventricular wall become thick, and because of this thickness our aortic orifice become stenosed. In clinical scenario, the patient usually middle-aged male patient, and they come to us with a complaint of dyspnea, then effort intolerance, then chest pain. This first symptom, dyspnea, is mostly because of pulmonary edema. This pulmonary edema develops due to, first of all, diastolic dysfunction. This diastolic dysfunction is because the left ventricular wall muscle become thick, and because of this high wall thickness the left ventricle will face difficulty in relaxation. And secondly, because this left ventricular size will be decreased, there will be pooling of blood in the lung, and this will eventually cause pulmonary edema, and this pulmonary edema cause dyspnea. And the effort intolerance also due to decreased stroke volume. This decreased stroke volume is due to decrease in left ventricular size. Our left ventricular size become less. And the third symptom, chest pain, is due to subendocardial ischemia. In HOCM, the left ventricular muscle thickness will be increased, so there will be less blood supply in the middle area, which can eventually cause subendocardial ischemia. Sometimes there may be sudden cardiac death. This is because subendocardial ischemia may be start ventricular fibrillation, which eventually cause sudden cardiac death. If you see the sign, the first finding will be pulsus bisferiens. What is pulsus bisferiens? In HOCM, the muscle thickness in left ventricle will increase, and it will cause fast rise of pulse, and which will eventually cause fast fall of pulse, and this is called pulsus bisferiens. The second finding will be murmur. When the blood passes through the stenosed aortic valve, it will cause vibration. This vibration will create crescendo, decrescendo murmur. And the funny part of this murmur is, at the time of Valsalva, stenting and amyl nitrate, it will become louder compared to other murmur, which will become decreased in intensity at the time of Valsalva, stenting and amyl nitrate. The third finding will be apex beat. Normally, apex beat is felt at 5th intercostal space, but in HOCM, it will be felt at 5th and 6th intercostal space. This is because left ventricle become big in size, so the apex will be present both in 5th and 6th intercostal space. The fourth finding will be heart sound. Normally, the S2 has two sound. One is A2, second is P2. A2 is due to closure of aortic valve and P2 is due to closure of pulmonary valve. And because our aortic orifice is stenosed, so aortic valve will close late. This will cause narrow split S2. Sometimes A2 or aortic valve close at the same time of pulmonary valve. This will create single S2. And in the very severe condition, when A2 will close after P2, this is called reverse split S2. The fifth finding will be fourth heart sound. Normally, we doesn't hear this fourth heart sound, but in HOCM, as because there is increased left ventricular thickness, so the force generated at the time of systole will be more. So it will create fourth heart sound. Let's see the investigation of HOCM. In any ECG, which is also known as poor man's echo, if you join S wave of V1 lead and R wave of V5 lead and it will come more than 35 mm, then we must think about HOCM. And the second investigation is echocardiography. This echocardiography is the investigation of choice for HOCM. And in echocardiography, we will find the characteristics of HOCM, and that is thick septal wall. This septal wall thickness will be more than 30 mm. The drug of choice for HOCM is propranolol. We can do some intervention also in HOCM. Those are, first is alcohol based septal ablation, and the second intervention is ICD. We must consider ICD intervention in case of any family history of sudden cardiac death or recurrent syncopal attack or septal wall thickness more than 30 mm.